Hey guys, I am Samoose and this is In the Mirror Car Reviews. And today I have a 2023 Hyundai Elantra Hybrid to review for today. This right here is my personal vehicle, so I just wanted to talk a little bit about it, let you know what I think. Alright, so this is the 2023 Hyundai Elantra Hybrid Blue. Blue stands for the base trim level. You have two trim levels to choose from. This blue, and then you have the limited. Really nice LED daytime running lights. Really like what they did with the design in the front of the car. It makes it look quite aggressive. Being a hybrid that gets over 50 miles per gallon, it certainly doesn't look like it. Have these black 16-inch alloy wheels. I'm glad they chose to paint them black. They're not pretty, but when they're blacked out, they certainly do look nice with the rest of the car. Get to the back here. We're greeted with triangular lines. That's the whole theme with Hyundais nowadays. You have triangular lines here on the side, in the back. Have this trunk clip spoiler. Extended roof line. As you can see, part of the trunk over here is painted to extend the roof line a little bit with the window. Get a really nice LED tail bar. Whole thing in the back lights up at night. Looks really neat. Hybrid blue badge. Very generous trunk space as well. If I had one gripe, is that the rear seat does not do a 60-40 folding rear seat. Only the whole thing folds down. A little bit annoying. Tell me what you think of the design of the current Hyundais right now. I think they're killing it. Let's take a look at the inside. So the rear seat of the Hyundai Elantra is actually very spacious. I'm about 5'9". I fit perfectly fine right behind myself. And I do like to sit a little bit further back. Headroom's okay. One thing I wish the vehicle had was AC vents, USB charging ports back here, as well as a little center console with at least cup holders, or just something that would come down and you would have an armrest. One very controversial thing about the Hyundai Elantra is from the passenger side. This bar right here in the middle. Some people like it, some people don't. The whole interior concept was to be kind of like a fighter pilot jet. Have this nice cockpit interior, but it does kind of close up the passenger from the driver. Me personally, I don't mind it. I find it very cozy, something to hold on to, right? Somewhere to rest your hand against. I think it's quite nice. Door here, very basic. This has the gray interior, so you have a lot of grays. This little tweeter speaker right here. There is quite a bit going on. Nice sharp lines and stuff like that. However, colors kind of make it look generic. To the driver's side, I have a proximity key. Just push the button to lock and unlock the vehicle. And there you're greeted with that cockpit-inspired interior. Now this right here, being the base model, comes with a manually adjustable seat, has height adjustment, recline. Of course, you can move it front and back as well. There's your steering wheel. Nice and simple controls. I like the fact that they are actual physical buttons. Just press the buttons and very simple to activate. And the center display here, your tachometer and speedometer. There is no tachometer being a hybrid. I have a charge meter right here on this side. Shows you eco driving, power driving, or charge mode with your battery level right in there as well. I really like having that speedometer right in the center. Nice and clear and easy to see. Then you have this nice trip computer right here on the side, which can change different information. Your drive info, speed, drive modes. You can check the energy flow if you're a little geeky, engine temperature, and your fuel economy. As you can tell, my fuel economy has been pretty darn good. There's your infotainment display, 8-inch display with physical buttons on the left and on the right-hand side. I really like those physical buttons. It makes navigating through the infotainment display very easy. It does support wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is what I have connected right now. It's the best thing to have. Dual zone climate control, 3 levels of auto, high, medium, and low. Very nice to have. Heated seats, nice little cubby area down there with a few USB ports and a traditional 12-volt socket. Traditional shifter, which is very nice to have. Different drive mode select. You can turn on your rear view camera to see what's behind you. If you put it in reverse, it'll show you proximity lines here as well. Cup holder, nice and deep. What's very nice is you can take it around, switch it around, and have a little bit more shallow cup holder. Now the cup holder is quite wide, so it does support very big bottles here as well. But if you have something like a Red Bull, just be wary. Probably make it into that deeper position so it doesn't spill all over this gloss black material. All right, so setting off in the 2023 Hyundai Elantra Hybrid. Right now we're driving in EV mode, which can be displayed in that center display right there. Makes a funny little noise when it's an electric sound in EV mode. One thing I can tell you is that the driving position is very nice. You sit nice and low in the seat. Steering wheel is right ahead of you. Have a nice clear view out the front. Steering is nice and light. Very accurate, however. Really like this layout right here. It's simple to use. Pretty handsome as well. Engine's a little noisy. It is a cheap car, so you can, of course, hear a little bit of the engine noise inside. This right here is a 1.6 liter paired with the hybrid system, of course. Total combined, it makes 139 horsepower and 195 foot-pounds of torque, which is a very healthy torque number. It's actually something that you would get out of the sportier Hyundai Elantra N-Line with the 1.6 liter turbo engine. It's mated to a 6-speed dual clutch transmission. Very smooth shifting. However, it is tuned to be very efficient. It's not tuned to be sporty whatsoever. The shifts are not aggressive. They're very smooth. You can feel the transition from the EV mode to the internal combustion engine mode. It's almost non-existent. You can't really even feel the difference between EV and when the engine's actually running. What is kind of a weird sensation is when it is running in EV mode and it's shifting through gears. Most electric cars have a single speed transmission. Well, no transmission, it's direct drive pretty much anyways. However, it's just kind of weird. You can feel the gear shifting while it's in electric, and it's just something to get used to. But it's certainly nicer than having a CVT transmission and still getting 55 miles per gallon, which is one of the most competitive MPG figures out in the segment right now. Brakes are nice and touchy. Yet again, the hybrid system does make quite a funny sound when you step on the brakes and the regenerative braking starts happening. Now this car comes packed with all of Hyundai's SmartSense safety features. Lane Keep Assist does a really good job of keeping you in the lane. Have an activated lane following assist, which holds the center of the lane. Forward collision avoidance and blind spot detection. Alright, let's put it in sport mode and put the transmission in sport mode. Oh yeah, that's certainly punchy. Now you also have a smart mode. It's something like instead of an eco mode. Most of the time it will be in eco. As a matter of fact, you can tell on the dashboard it changes color. Right now it's in green, saying that it's in eco. It can change to blue, such as normal, and then red in sport mode. So it adapts to your driving style and what you're doing at the current moment. Very minimal body roll. This is a great handling vehicle. It really is. If you had some better tires, stickier tires, maybe lighter wheels, this would actually be a pretty fun car to drive. And a great commuter, giving you over 50 miles per gallon. One thing to note, it has an 11-gallon gas tank. Combined with that MPG figure gives you well over 500 miles of range, which if you hate going to the gas station, that's certainly welcome. Now coming here over some bumpier tarmac, suspension's nice and plush. It's firm enough to where you feel confident, but you don't really feel it in your back or your bottom in the seat. Now speaking about the seat's cloth in this particular model. You do get leather in the limited trim. The seats are bolstered quite aggressively, honestly, for a standard hybrid car. I do have a slightly wider back, and it hugs me in very nicely. The bottom of the seat itself is quite long, so you have good thigh support. Overall, I think it is a little bit more on the firm side, but the good type of firm to where I think over longer journeys, you won't feel fatigue as much from like a softer seat or something like that. Now let's turn around here. Put it back in sport mode. Transmission in sport. Very fast shifting transmission. In sport mode, it really changes up. Shifts are smooth but quick. Electric motor works together with the internal combustion motor to give you maximum power. I believe this is actually faster than the standard Elantra, which comes with a 2-liter 4-cylinder and a CVT. It certainly feels nicer. Handles better too. This has the multi-link rear suspension, very similar to the one in the N line. Not quite as firm, but certainly better than the torsion beam that you get in the standard Elantra. Now, as we're finishing up the test drive here, I'd like to talk about the conclusion of overall how this vehicle feels and whether I think it's worth the money or not. So personally, I do own this vehicle. I like it a lot. I've had it for about 900 miles. That's roughly what the odometer says right now. I've had it for just about three weeks or so. I've been very pleased with the gas mileage I've been getting. The driving dynamics feel good. I don't feel like this car is missing anything. I personally like a more simple car with less features. Leather doesn't really suit me. I don't really care for having leather or anything like that in a vehicle. So for me and my daily goals, I think this car is perfect. I think a lot of people should consider something like this, especially if you're afraid of going the full electric route, but you still want to have less expense in terms of running costs on a vehicle. Hyundai does offer a phenomenal warranty. 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, 5-year, 60,000-mile new car warranty, and they also give you 3 years of complimentary maintenance for oil changes and tire rotations. So if you grab this car, you won't be spending all that very much money. Insurance is cheap, car is not that expensive, and the running costs are so low. So overall, what can I say about this car? Well, as my daily driver, I absolutely love it. I think it's great for the money, great gas mileage, it drives fun, and most importantly, to me at least, it looks great. I hate how hybrids look like they're just a hybrid, and this right here looks just like a normal car. Thanks for watching. I'm Samus, and this is In the Mirror Car Review.